Hello, this is Susan, and this is Susan's Ramblings. We have a slight problem going on here. We got a thunderstorm, I think, moving in, and every once in a while we hear some thunder. But this thing is going on until 10, 11 o'clock tonight, so I decided to take a chance to put it out anyway. All right, for my meals, I remember I am under a very strict diet too, according to that. Anyway, so here is some tips and some meals that I make out of our pantry stuff. I have a full pantry. I always have had a full pantry. I buy my things when they're on sale, and I have done it for many years, where I will, I don't know so much now, but at that time, they used to have sales on very regularly on certain meats, on butter, on your canned vegetables, your frozen vegetables, and so forth. They would come on sale every 8 to 12 weeks. And so if you knew how much you bought, how much you used in that time, in those 8 to 12 weeks, well, then you could buy them when they were on sale and not have to go to the store and buy them and pay regular price for them. And it helped a lot. So I've always had a full pantry for the last I'm going to say last 15 years. Okay, so anyway, that's what we're doing. And so I have all my pantry stuff. And my meals come out of my pantry. I don't buy special food to make my meals. If it happens to be on sale, I will buy it and put it in my pantry, either my freezer or my refrigerator or my other pantry, my pepper pantry. And pepper pantry's really been building up lately because of all those troubling times. But anyway, for the meals I have, and I use a lot of diced tomatoes, or any kind of tomatoes. So a lot of my recipes have tomatoes in it, where I just open a can of tomatoes. And, open a can of tomatoes and put whatever spices I want in it and whatever else I have that's handy, more in my refrigerator or freezer that has to be used up. And I'm glancing at the television when I'm glancing up, simply because I've got the Weather Channel on, and it's showing us exactly where these storms are. And there are really some terrific storms coming through South Dakota right now. We're talking about tornadoes, heavy hail, straight wind storms of 107 miles per hour. So it's nothing to fool around with. So I'm watching that while I'm giving this out. Like I said, these warnings are up. We're just in a watch right now, but the watches go until 11 o'clock tonight. And with all the storms we have coming out, oops, I just had a warning come up on me. So I guess maybe I better hurry this up, huh? Okay, for my meals, I use a lot of hamburger too, or I did use a lot of hamburger. Now I cut my hamburger use in half. So if I used a pound before, I'm using a half a pound, and I'm filling it in with something else. Either oatmeal or mushrooms is a great extender, where you can add your mushrooms. You have a half a pound of hamburger, and you add a cup of mushrooms. Now I dehydrate my mushrooms, and I also powder my mushrooms, so I can add that, and I will still have a meal that comes up to about the same amount of hamburger, except I am only using a half a pound of hamburger. So that helps a lot. Also, you can use your lintel for any kind of meat to extend your ground beef. Also use canned beans, or if you want to take the time to soak beans and cook them, you have that. Those are also extend your meat. Uh, uh, Ground beef especially, but it will also extend your chicken if you use the white beans and so forth, okay? You can also use mushrooms there too, and it will give it a meaty taste. By the way, if you use mushrooms are have a lot of vitamin D and a lot of potassium in them. And that is one of the vitamins and the minerals that our body needs, but that are in short supply in our foods. And I don't know about you, but I would rather get my vitamins and minerals from foods instead of from the capsules or the pills. Okay, here we go. First recipe is 1 pound of ground beef, and like I said, a half a pound of ground beef with a cup of mushrooms or a cup of oatmeal or anything like that. Lentils would go good in this one. 3 cans of vegetarian vegetable soup. That's a vegetarian one, not the one with beef in it or any kind of broth. 1 can of diced potatoes. So there again, you can cook your own potatoes and have it, or use instant potatoes. 1 teaspoon of beef bouillon. And I have beef bouillon, and I have chicken bouillon. I have the tomato chicken bouillon. I have almost every kind of bouillon you can get because it is a cheap seasoning. Got a lot of sodium in it, so you have to watch your sodium. So when you have beef bouillon or any bouillon, hang off on your salt until you actually can taste it, because sometimes you don't need that salt. Okay, 1 pound of ground beef, 3 cans of vegetarian vegetable, 1 drained can of diced potatoes, 1 tablespoon of beef bouillon granules, 3 cans of water. And then you put it all together, cook your beef, put everything all together, and put it in a big pot, and simmer it for 10-15 minutes, and you've got your meal. You can put this over mashed potatoes if you want, or if you leave out your potatoes, you can even put it over rice, okay? So that's one of them that I use. Another one I use is I make my own pasta sauce. And you use a can of diced tomatoes, and you put your garlic, your oregano, and olive oil together. You blend it all together and heat it, and you've got enough sauce for 1 pound of spaghetti. And there again, if you add lentils to it, you will have your meat substitute, and it will add more protein. Another recipe I have got that I just found, and I can't find it now, or I grabbed the wrong recipe, for a banana peel pasta sauce. And here we go. I just had the wrong page on. Okay. You have, and yes, you heard me right, banana peel pasta sauce. You use the 3 peels of 3 bananas and wash them well and dice very small. Cut the hard end off. You have your vegetables of choice. Diced green pepper, celery stalks, onions, sweet potatoes, so forth and so forth. Tomatoes. Herbs of your sauce, herbs of your choice. Teaspoon of dried or a small bunch of fresh oregano, basil, parsley, etc. A tube of tomato paste, and salt and pepper to season. That's all it is. You just combine everything together, and you know what? You got your paste. I would add a little bit of liquid to it. I haven't tried this myself. I have 3 bananas here waiting to be used, but I haven't tried it myself. I'll have to do it, and we will have to update you on that. But that's a different recipe. I would say that you have to add some kind of liquid to it, especially tomato paste. I don't know. Maybe the peels of the bananas have enough liquid in them to to dilute the tube of tomato paste. I don't know. But anyway, just looking at it, I would say you probably have to add some water to it, or a broth to it. A broth to it. Or add a can of tomatoes. Period. Okay, we got that. Okay. The next one I've got is where we just open up cans. You have a can of green beans, a can of corn, a can of carrots, and a can of any kind of meat. And you put those all together, and don't drain them because you need all those nutrients that are in there. And then you add elbow macaroni or rice to it, and you've got a full meal. Another one is a can of corn, of green beans, of green chilies, a can of carrots, and your Mexican spices, pasta, and you add rice to it. And there again, you've got a complete meal. Another thing I like to do is take the tortilla shells, I guess you call them tortillas, and I will fill them as a burrito, but I use beans and I use hamburger. There again, beans, any of your vegetables you want that you can fry up, any kind of meat, and make yourself a burrito out of it. Okay? So that's something else you can do. I mentioned yesterday baked potatoes. You can top baked potatoes with almost anything, with your broccoli and cheese, any kind of vegetables really. Also, you can do it with your chilies, with your stews, anything that you can think of. You can chop your baked potato with. Okay. This is, I already got this. I guess I already did it. For chili, add your onions, potatoes, cheese, scrambled eggs, and you put it in a burrito. Okay. Another one I like to make is macaroni and chili. I make my box of macaroni. I add a can of chili to it. And you know what? I got a chili meal. Add onions to it, too. Okay. Make your chili, add elbow macaroni, or you add your rice to it. Make your own chili recipe. Okay. That's them. Another one I come up with is, I got some Spam stuff, but we won't cover that this time. We'll cover the Spam ones that I have and the tuna ones I have tomorrow, or the next day, or one of the days. I've also got the egg substitutes all ready for you. And look, I'm looking at my list, okay? There is one recipe that I read, and I always read the comments. Always read the comments, because of the channels I follow. Because a lot of times you will have a recipe in there, or a tip in there that will tell you something that you didn't know already. And one of the tips I had, if I can find it now, is, they gave it this name. I didn't give it the name. Here we go. They called it Chinese pie. Now, I have no idea why. In this day and age, that name would probably be out, unless it happened to be an Asian person who wrote it, and I don't know. But anyway, it had ground beef. You had cream corn to make it gloopy, as much cream corn as you wanted, and your mashed potatoes. And you cover your meat, you cook your meat, and you cover your meat and your corn with the mashed potatoes. You add your seasonings and your paprika, and you bake until bubbly. That's another one you can do. That's a good one. And of course, I like cream cheese. I like mashed potatoes. I add cheese to it. Cheese to my mashed potatoes. And in fact, what I do is do my mashed potatoes, and I lay cheese slices over it. So there we go. But then I get that American cheese every month in my senior box, and I've got the American cheese to use. So, all right, those are some of the things I've done. Another one is boiled eggs, egg salad. Now make your egg salad just the way you want to make it. I make it with I make it with almost anything: chopped onion, dill pickles. In fact, I made a tuna. We call them bumsteads yesterday for lunch, and you just add whatever you want to it. I had tuna bumsteads with hard-boiled eggs, cheese, um, dill pickles, so etc., and salt and pepper. And then this person, they mix it together, and they put it on a bun, on half of a bun. Then they top the egg salad with cheese, with a cheese slice, and they cover it up, and then they put it back in the oven until the cheese melts. I guess I would wrap it, but anyway, that was something that sounds very, very interesting, and I'm going to be doing that, not today, but my weekends are filled up. I don't have to worry about food until Sunday night. I guess it is. By that time I'll be filled up, and I won't, yeah. So Monday lunch will probably be it. All right then, that's it for today. And yes, I kept talking and talking. I hope the thunder didn't do so much. We have a couple tornado warnings out, but I don't know where they are. It just flashed across my screen, so I have to pick it up. I don't think they're for us right now. I think they're for further east. That's the way my weather. That's the way it's showing on my TV anyway. So anyway, have a good day. Have a good evening. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless you. Be safe. Bye-bye.